Julanchu, greetings and welcome to ShadowStar for this Star Trek Online Starship visual review. It's taken me some time to get to this because there's been a lot going on for me, and I apologise. But you know what? Thanks to some comments, I've decided that I won't be just visually reviewing this ship. Now, I never actually reviewed the original. So, I may not do a stats review on the original. For those that don't know, it's just an absolute tank. But this one, and the original, will get their visual reviews. We're starting here with the Acheron. A ship that for me is an absolute beauty. There's plenty we're going to talk about here. Hello jellyfish down there. But before we go into it, let's first of all discuss customization options. Then we'll take a look at the heavier detailing. And finally, after that, we'll have a look at some of the Vanity Shield options. Now, I didn't get the new Vanity Shield from the summer event. Guess what? I really don't tend to do summer events. I wish there was a way to get the favours just from Lobby, because I've always got way too much Lobby, and not have to partake in the event. But hey, guess not. So, with that all being said, guess I know what I'm doing next. That ship in front of me is very flashy. Moderately concerned. Should I be concerned? Let's dock. Let's do this. So here we have her, the Acheron. And for those that aren't aware, the Styx was the original counterpart. I will talk more on the Styx lineage itself when I do its visual review, but we just need to note that that's where it's come from. Now, as much as it's nice that we have the Aquarius and the Odyssey Bridge available to the Acheron, something I do want to tear a couple of limbs from limbs with is okay, I'll bring it up now. I love the Cardassian element to this ship, and I feel like that's a little bit of a wink wink nudge nudge what? To the fact that there was that Cardassian Klingon alliance going on, and I feel like the Terran Empire, when it reawoke, may have gone to the Cardassian and Klingon empires and basically gone, mine, crunch, mine now. All your tech and designs are mine, and that's gotten influenced into this ship. I like to think that, at least, because I do feel like there would have been a point where Terran Empire would have definitely splintered away from the way the Federation is. The Federation is the way it is because it's the Federation. It doesn't make sense that the Terran Empire were building basically the same style, albeit with more weapons and armament emplacements. It's, yeah, I almost argue it. I do like how Star Trek Online has approached it, but this feels better to me. This feels better, like really tearing away the Styx and the Terran Emperor's ship in Discovery gave me that same feel, and I do love the way the Styx just doesn't really fit in. Sorry, the Acheron doesn't really fit into Federation design. However, interesting note there for material, which will be the main material we're going to look at as a result here. This Type 7A Imperial Cryptic, can you put that on every single ship that is a mirror classification? Or just give us that's naturally for any ship that has a mirror aesthetic counterpart? Because to me now, if it has a mirror look to it, it really needs to also have that. Please! Come on, you know you want to. But albeit being said, there's a niggle we've got with customization options here. Because she's an absolute beauty. I've got to give her that. She is beautiful as it comes. But the only thing you can really interact with it is the sticks, the cells. And if you go Archon, you can put the Archon nacelles on the sticks, and it's not too off edge and off hinge. I kind of like the way that looks, I admit. But and we hit the wall really with me. You see, the big issue for this with me is, let's change this to sticks. And look what happened to that piece of hole at the front that is now length forwards. This connects perfectly with the nacelles, that lower hole piece. Except now it can't connect perfectly with the nacelles because it's been ripped asunder. And then you've got the core element is also randomly hanging there for unknown reasons. If we go back to the Archon there and change that to the sticks, you'll notice that that completely fills in the middle part there. Not necessarily a bad thing. It's now a very good thing that oops to the sun globe. All that element goes back. To be fair, the sticks core works kind of okay on the Archon, except for that very back element, and it kind of gives it a fin, and you get this. I think the only way I can describe it as is the Deridex feel to the nacelles. It's giving nacelles a link together there, because otherwise that lower section will be floating, completely disconnected from the rest of the ship. You can see the issues I'm having with it, right? One doesn't really want to blend into the other. It's really funny you do that too. Look at that. That doesn't merge well with the back of the ship. Oh, it links in there, but it doesn't merge well with the nacelles. And it's like, no, can't do it. Don't like it. Hate it. So yeah, they both look amazing, but the only thing that blends between the two of them are the warp nacelles. And I don't like that. I wanted to have some more kitbashing fun. The void space is a bit funny for me too, but we'll live with it. Another thing I do want to point out, I'll probably bring out with the sticks more, but pretty sure that should be the cannon hole. Just because of the pets that fly with it. And with the Archon having the same pets, well, would that not be the cannon hole for the Archon? Obviously not, but you could probably get one getting out. That's why I tend to fly with this hole myself. That whole thing being said though, having the two types of hole type, well, having the two mirror variants available to the ship looks very nice on this ship. And I do like the Terran Empire Type 2 for Discovery era. I think it looks great on the ship. Oh, there you go. We've done a Vanity Shield talk already. There's one of your Vanity Shields right there. It looks good. In fact, the whole Discovery era looks good on this ship. It's funny how you get hearts on it, though. Oh, it's got some hearts. Isn't that lovely? Kicking through. Certain ones are alright. Certain ones are a bit what? I do complain a tiny bit on it, but a lot of it I could live with. That is a little bit too whitewashed for me. Gives me Kelvin Vanity Shield vibes. Interesting to see the NX and the NX refit available to this, but wondering where the Sovereign, the Galaxy and the rest are. If you do want to throw Type 7 on the sticks, which standardly looks more like that, but if you want to really give it its proper feel, I'm trying to remember which one of these I have to select. Forge. I'm not sure. It's somewhere in that sort of realm. I'm sure it is, because I'm pretty sure it's not one of them. It looks alright with the Type 7, but I would have really liked just in the Type 7A available to it. Not just the Type 7A Imperial. Type 6 really doesn't work on this ship, in my opinion. These other ones, obviously, a bit old. Live with it. I'll be fair. Type 8B is among my favourites, just purely because it looks really good on this ship. Especially with that bit of gold plating, which kind of works, let's be fair. And you can lighten it up if you want to play Type 8. Upgrade, it's a bit old now, a bit tacky, doesn't work as well. Hey, at least it's close you're going to get to the goddamn Defiant look on this ship, clearly. Okay, let's take a look at the finer details of this ship. Did anyone else hear that motorbike? I heard that motorbike. So here is the beauty herself. In my case, the ISS Regalia. Launching her pets. And I'm going to be honest. There's a few things we can talk about here. So let me just freeze there. And we'll fly on over to these bad boys. Say hello to the Mirror Magi. I love how it's got the ISS Magi actually on this ship. It's a beautiful looking ship. I will give it credit and acknowledge that at least. But I have one big fatal issue. What have we just had released? Do you know, with the fact that this is a present century version of the sticks, I would have hoped that they would have at least considered giving us a new variant of this pet. Basically same stats as this pet. They didn't have to give us a superior pet to what we have with the sticks. Just basically same stats as we have with this Magi. As frigate. And literally just change the look so that it would have been the Shran class. At minimum, the Shran class. If they didn't want to do the Shran class, then, well, why didn't they use, since it's now coming, the first responders variant of the Shran with those lovely torpedo modules, and definitely looking far more like a Terran ship than it does an actual Federation responders ship. I believe it's called the Cobalt class. Why couldn't they have given us that as a pet for this ship? That would have worked so much better. Not that I'm saying this isn't a beautiful ship to be seen flying. And to be honest, I like the Shran, I just don't like the Basard heads. So if they gave us the new Terran responders variant, I would prefer that with this ship. But if it was between the Magi and the Shran, and those are the only two options they would be willing to do, then I'm actually more happy that we have this Mirror Magi, because I actually like the look of the Magi more than I like the look of the Shran. If that makes sense. To the point that I'm actually using it in the cinematic series, what I have scripted and going. Ooh, I need to grab Dante. Anywho, with that actually being said, if I show you the rear there and you see those lovely impulse grills and warp grills, you can see why I say the Type 1 should be the canon, I would say, hull type for this ship, as well as its counterparts. But we need to keep flying here. Fly on in this, my lovely Acheron. We have a weapon to look at, don't we? And as it fires, I will hopefully catch the first one. There we go, right. So what we have here is the actual temporal or chronoton warhead that can be fired from the ship. It's the special weapon console of the ship. It's basically a self-replicating chronoton torpedo is the easiest way to describe this weapon. However, it's got a far higher yield damage, and it is actually a really damn good EPG weapon. If you are looking for an absolutely amazing EPG ship, this ship is just definitely one of them, thanks to this weapon as well. But my favourite aspect of this weapon isn't even going to show yet when I get to the point, because it's going after one. There we go. 3 main warheads. There's the replicated one, and you can see it's a slight difference in appearance. The primary has that almost temporal field around it, I would say. And then when they unleash, like they pulse a moment, and then they unleash the replicated warhead first of all. And the fact that they both have a very similar look, but at the same time a distinctive difference in look, I really like that about this weapon, just the visuals for it. It's when Cryptic does things like this that I'm like, I can understand why they ask for so much money in return. Like, just, you gotta keep in mind, I'm not saying that what they do is right. 100% I do not agree with the gambling system of this game, and I do believe that every single ship required for gambling should be immediately account-wide unlock, but I can respect why they ask for the amount they do, because the artists behind this game deserve so much credit, and I doubt they're being paid a wage that actually compensates them for their incredible work. I mean, seriously, this is... To go into it, to design this, to program this, and come out with something so stunning in look. I like it. I like it a lot. But let these weapons fire off. We'll see the explosion as they impact. And it's beautiful as well. I love all this colourful rainbow-esque effect of temporal chronoton explosions. It's like... Yeah, someone asked if you could have any ship from any sci-fi universe, what ship would it be? Yeah, this is my choice. This is the one I would have. My family would be safe, and I'll be blowing temporal anomalies across the sky to anyone that becomes my enemy. It all looks good. And I wish I had this for when I did the stats review, because that shows you just how overpowered this is. They all fired off all the warheads, but we took out those ones then. So every single warhead that was spare is now going after this poor target, which is probably going to get killed by the pets before they hit. Yeah. Final one was destroyed. No enemies in range. All warheads self-detonate. It's the only time all the warheads detonate. Ah, the pet's coming in. So let's get onto this. First of all, insignia. Beautiful. Q-Shran. The insignia looks beautiful. I had to start here. The plaque that's on this ship. On the original sticks, it was like billboards are set up at the side. Now, I wasn't kind of a fan of that. It was cool, but at the same time, it annoyed me. This plaque, love it. Having the insignia right underneath feels great as well. The whole hull armor texture, for me, is a beautiful one. I love the gold aesthetic against the white. Though I would argue, if you agree with me or not, I don't think they would have the Type 7A's white or grey, but I reckon they would have more of a... Yeah, more of a grey look. I would say the primary hull would be that kind of grey that we're seeing here, and it would be more of this gold against grey, or at least a silver-esque look. I don't see the Terran Empire using as bright of a look on the ship. Now, coming down here a little bit more, let's talk about these doors. These are quite interesting doors. Normally we refer to these as hatches anyway on the ship, but for me specifically, I feel like these are the hangar bays for the fighters themselves, where the fighters are shooting out of, and they just all open up and it quick deploys. You have your runabouts in the bottom section, heavy fighters in the midsection, and your light strikers, your light strike ships, your little strike fighters, all in the top section. And each of them deploy as per needed. And going back, I want to see if I can find it. Hello. For me, personally, I know it's not going to look like it's big enough, but I feel like this bit along the back here is the docking section for the frigates. Because this ship is just, and something we have to recognise, this ship standardly comes with its frigates. And it has to have 4 of them. Now, normally the sticks would have 2. This ship somehow has 4. So I imagine it's probably a case of now latching onto these hooks that you can see on the upper and lower sides. Less that these are weapons and more these are latching points. And the new ships just dock onto that. They hook up there, whether they rise up and angle a bit or not, I don't know. But they would dock on there and then fly off. And I would love to see a variant of this ship with Charands actually docked to it. I think that would look amazing to see. So hey, if anyone wants to do that, create that visual, do it, please. I wish I had the artist's name for this ship though, because Lord, he has done such a beautiful job. The weapon emplacements are some of my favourite elements too. This ship looks menacing. You have these huge, powerful beam emitters at the front of the ship that, for me, they could only be like lances. They're too big to be standard beam emitters on a ship this size, so they've got to be lances. Just firing at full, overwhelming power, or if nothing else, a heavy phaser. I mean, we've had mega phase in the past. Let's say it's a heavy mega phaser. There you go. That would make sense for the Empire to have. And you could just say that a mega phaser is, well, you have your phaser weaponry. Your mega phaser is a high-powered variant of that, charged from the warp core as well. Normally directly in line, but hey, on a ship like this, it might not have to be. That could be the 2 towards the middle of it. Then the 2 on the outside are the heavy mega phasers or advanced mega phasers, something like that. There's just a more advanced variant of that hits even harder. And then you have your lance. The lance is just the pinnacle of that kind of technology, where it's gone so overboard you're blowing holes through ships in single shots. At least the heavy variants of this may have to hit twice before it actually penetrates through the shields and straight through the hull. But I like the way they look. I think they're great. I did originally think they were just like super torpedo launchers, but nah. We've got torpedo launchers down here. And I like the fact that you have, again, by the sizing, these are actually quite large torpedo launchers. So you're firing very heavy torpedoes out of these. And then I imagine these are not lit up, but 2 of the normal torpedo, well, 2 pairs of normal torpedo launchers. So you've got like a heavy firing torpedo, and then a more standard. When it wants to flick its enemies, like, sort of, you're not worthy of fighting me, blow off. No, you're not blowing off, like, final torpedo fire. This design underneath here, next to the weaponry. Now, because I'm going to focus on weapons right now, I've got 2 practical thoughts on it. First of all, well, you got a weird hatch here, and I'm assuming there's probably sensor devices in there, or your captain's yacht is in there. Opens up, launches the yacht, I don't know. But my brain is just looking at this and going, maybe that's the sensor platform. Because you always have your main primary sensors, and it always tends to be kind of like a dish design on most Federation ships. Albeit this is Empire. I would love to hear your thoughts, but my brain is going like this is just a new variant of that technology. It's a dish like the Federation may use, But it looks so different because it's not using that standard tech. Maybe it's Andorian, stolen Andorian tech, or it's stolen Dominion technology. Because, yeah, Lord have mercy. Can you imagine the Terran Empire versing the Dominion? That would be hilarious. Now, from the golden grills that look absolutely beautiful, and these grills which look really well. Oh, I've got to come up here. I've got to come up and look into this. Look at how beautiful this all looks. All the textures, all the framework, it just feels alive. Move towards the back here and you can feel the heat and the warmth of their solar core. Or whatever you want to... Mycelial core. It's a mycelial core. Hello, you're on fire. I would love to have been able to go up and see it. You got a nice little hold there. It interests me that you've still got a design that probably gives you the feeling they could drop down into it. But it's not there. Solar core is up above here. It's like a small star, polar star, whatever you want to call it. It looks amazing on this ship. The whole feel around it almost feels like it's got a crown around it. Love its little touch. Love the gold elements to it. It feels like it's not just a major centerpiece. It doesn't feel like a vulnerability either because you can clearly see it's shielded. So you're not just going to be blasting at it. It's just an amazing looking design. My only question here is though, is it the same size as we saw on the Terran Empress's ship? Because if it is, that kind of tells us just how big the Terran Empress ship was. Because this ship isn't that massive. It's a massive ship, but it's not that massive. I do like it though. Now coming back here, you got that weird rib cage section that goes into this spinal piece, which honestly half of me wants to say that this is the whole of engineering. It's all down here. All of that is engineering, subsystem powers, other manifolds that are just all integrated into just the power use of the ship and stabilizing that core. The core is in its centerpiece because it has to be centerpiece. Underneath here, you'd probably have all your troops that get deployed. This is like all the troop section. Because, hey, we got to send down the troops and conquer this planet. Towards the back of here, you've got most of your living habitat, I would summarize. I like to think that what we're seeing here, these white dishes that would have the docks either side. Well, as I stated, would probably be the docking elements for those Magis either side of it. Are probably like their 10 forwards. So you can literally come off the Magi and go, hey, we're going to 10 aft. Yeah, because that's totally deck 10. And it's just these two massive congregation areas. Spanning multiple decks, kind of like Quarks is on DS9. And it's just a place of living. Because I do feel like the new Terran Empire may have realised the mistakes of the past and tried to fix on some of them. Hey, look, come back here. That's more what I expect to see from a Terran ship. That gold to grey, it's like, it feels right. Copper-esque. No, I want to go back to the front here. The thing that really gets me on the ship, it's my favourite piece, is why it was what I was focusing on at first, is this whole primary bridge area. Now, I say all the living sections at the back there. But I would hazard to say that anyone who's senior on this ship, the Emperor, his most trusted followers, those kind of people, they're all up at the front here. So you'd have the throne room probably in this top section, high up in the ship. You go down below that, you reach the bridge of the ship. So the bridge is not deck 1, the bridge is deck 2, the throne room is deck 1. And then below that you have the subordinates directly to the master of the ship live below there. The master of the ship lives in that section at the back there, which you can see with a nice little flying wing. So yeah, probably the master has its room blown out a few times. Like, We can't kill the Emperor, but we can at least blow up his room and his favourite pets. Having said that, it's probably the most armoured section of the ship as well anyway. I'm saying that like the Emperor would really put himself in that much risk. He's probably deep in the ship as possible. Or he's sat at the back there, so with the frame room with the mycelial star again, so we can pull a Lorca on him. Poor Lorca. I liked Lorca. He was my favourite. Lorca is one of my favourite captains. Even if he was a Terran. Probably why I liked him so much. No, the ship is just so beautiful. I really, really like the aspects of the actual Type 7A Imperium that adds this yellow trim to the front. Any other armor you use on that ship, that yellow trim disappears. So it is a nice addition there. Something I do want to hazard and point out though is I don't see many escape pods. They are that certain this ship cannot be taken down. There is basically no escape pods. That, or I would summarize that they are beneath the hull, and you'd get kind of, I'm gonna say NX style, where loads of panels will blow away and then the pods release out of that. Maybe that's the only escape pod on the ship. Right here. That is a hatch for something. You can't tell me it's not. Now then, nacelle time. Nacelles. I've been hesitating off nacelles because I both love them but dislike them. Why? Well, one, is that torpedo launchers in there? Nah, they're probably not, but I am curious as to what that is. I do like this red energy grill section that is linking them two together. Theories on what that is? You guys tell me. The only thing that I think that is a magnetic clamp. And that would give way to allowing for it to be a 4-nacelle design rather than a 2-nacelle design. And the lower two segments break away with the lowest segment of the ship if you were to detach it. And that could essentially be a massive escape module. It's free to say because it's got an impulse array on it of some kind. Whatever that blue element is down there. So I could see that breaking away and literally just escaping with the vessel. Same time, these nacelles, they are gorgeous. The Bassard's shield, I love the fact the Bassards have their shielding and then a secondary shielding to them. Filtering out everything not needed. There's this nice grill texture at the back. I say grill. Veiny texture at the back that just really makes it feel alive. Then you've got like an omnidirectional beam just placed on top of it. Like, hey, I'm a heavy omnidirectional. I'm going to blow some stuff up now. Firing! Makes me think of a locust, actually, if I'm completely honest. Move towards the back. You've got a nice bit of warp grilling. And then... eject warp plasma? Anyone? There is so much going on in this ship. It's unreal. Go all the way back on the tail, you have another set of torpedo launchers. The tail is really nice. It's not too long, but it's just right to really give the ship its feel. And it feels like the ship is moving really fast, but also like it's ready to ram something. I get the air of a Galor class in it, while simultaneously get that also kind of a touch Negvar. There's also that element of the old sticks to it, obviously, that just really feels right for me. You can see how it's evolved from the sticks, but also incorporated both Klingon and Cardassian vibes into it. It is like they just fused. She's an absolute beauty. Let's get on now to the Vanity Shields, I think. Okay, I'm going to be honest, there's a fair chance that something is missing here. But we're going to have some fun. First of all, buy all Vanity Shield. Oh, hello, blackness. So the red stayed where I thought it would stay. This is actually looking very nice. Gotta say, she's a beauty. Borg. Hello, Borg Cooperative. This one works really well on the ship. Perhaps too well? Kind of creepy in that way. Oh, I wonder what it would be like on sticks now. Don't make me think about stuff like that. Discovery Vanity Refit. Discovery Refit, I mean. Well, okay, that actually suits the sticks. Sorry, suits the Archon. But at the same time, not overly a fan of it. Just suits the Archon for set environment needs. Discovery. Yay, heart pieces. We've already had a brief look at this, but I'll give it a spin around. Much like we had a look at the Emperor's Vanity Shield. Or the Terran Discovery Type 1. No, Type 2 Vanity Shield, sorry. Emerald Chain Juggernauts 1. No, this should be funny on the ship. Oh, wow, actually. Do you know what? That works. I wasn't expecting that to work too well, but you know what? That actually looks quite good. I could see this actually existing out in that future period as well. Looking like this being a future Discovery jump forwards time period. What is it, 32nd century? I can't remember what they're in. Emperor's Vanity Shield, we saw this once. Let's have a quick look again. Got that beautiful sort of metallic hue to it. Purple segments that look amazing. Like I said, to me, the Emperor's Vanity Shield is the closest to looking Terran for me. Just having that dark grey. Dark grey and gold, though. Having it dark grey and purple just doesn't seem right for me. This is the Terrans, after all. They're very egotistical. Feclari. Now that looks really nice, but at the same time, I'm a little bit sad to see such a beautiful ship rusted down and beaten. Almost abused in a sense. It's like a ship like this could never get to this worn out state. It's a shame as well, though, that the certain other element didn't really fit. Ooh, hello, Ferengi. Now, I could never see the Ferengi building a ship like this, if I'm completely honest. But at the same time, I could see them doing something kind of close out of sheer hubris. Like, we are the Ferengi. I am a really, really wealthy Ferengi that owns 6 moons and 4 planets, and yeah, I've got that much wealth. I've designed and built my own ship. This is the Enter Ferengi's Name class. Millenike. Why did I call him Millenike? I don't know. I'm weird. Okay. Herc. I'm going to regret this one. Or not? No, actually no. I don't like that. From a certain point of view, it looks okay, but It's like Herc works better on Romulan ships than it does anything else. Medical Vanity Shield. Yes, this terrifying monstrosity has come to save your life. Be prepared to die. That's how I see that ending. Ooh, platinum. This is going to be good, isn't it? Oh, and it is. Oh, that looks really good. Did you have to? Damn it. That is almost my favorite look. If it wasn't for the fact that I love throwing on the Vesta paint pattern on this and giving the ship the Iron Man look. Oh. Section 31. Ooh, hello. That's definitely my favourite look so far. By a long way, that's my favourite look. I could actually see Control building a ship like this too. When everything went wrong, I could see Control going out and like building a ship very similar to this, kind of still with the triangular elements though. So you'd have to sharpen up the front of the ship, but you know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. Hello there. No. I know you guys noticed I skipped over it. I'm not insulting this ship. I like it too much. Zenkefi. I say, having just insulted the ship, that Zenkefi does not look good on this ship. Not in my opinion. It doesn't really fit the feel of the ship. Bye! Let's go Xaphan. I don't know why, but the Xaphan so rarely looks good. I think it's because it tries to use block of this sand and green, and it's just no. Yeah, let's just simulate just for the heck of it. Fully assimilated. Where's the... Okay, so deflector is somewhere at the front there. Actually, now that I look at it, I actually can see the deflector, so yeah, that's kind of cool. So yep, that was the impulse below there. Of course it was impulse. Where is the warp? The nacelle piece is missing. If you guys can see it, because I sure as hell can't. There it is. I'll give you a clue. You can see on this side all the details in the nacelle. However, if we go around to this side, you will notice that something on the nacelle has changed. And it's very centralized. Okay. Take those off, unequipped and unequipped. Let's not delete them like I have accidentally done before. Counter command. I am skipping Bajoran because I don't think Bajoran is going to look anywhere near good on this ship. I wish I skipped counter command right now. We're getting off that really quickly. Oh my god, this could be just as bad. Delta Alliance. Huh. Huh. For once, I'm going to give it to it that the bad green elements that I normally don't like at all with this Starship's design, well, this Vanity Shields design, isn't actually annoying me. In fact, I'm loving the gold to grey aesthetic that I said fits this ship more. It's just if only they had more, if only it was more of the panels and not random like pinstriping to it, it'd be so much better. Let's go Dyson first of all. Just because I was curious. It's a bit old now and doesn't look as good. I mean, come on, what was the Dyson carries tier? That's how old this shield is. It's not too bad. Oh my god, I first started playing this game when we had only tier 5s, then went tier 6. My channel didn't start until we started getting tier 6, so that will give you an idea. Lucari. I mean, it kind of works. At the same time, really doesn't. Next on the planet, yeah, do I have to? I'll look at Arconian quickly. There's no way it's gonna, it doesn't work at all on this ship. Certainly it probably will look better if I say it started off with like a Terran type 1 or 2 base, but no, that looks horrible. Get it off the ship. Folian, make me feel better. Oh, Folian, you didn't make me feel better. You actually don't look good on this ship. Folian, you used to be one of my favorites all the time. Recently, you've been sucking. Okay, Mako. This should be okay. Oh, the yellow panels look awful. I'm going straight off Mako. Bye. Prevailing. You're newer. You should look fine on this ship. I mean, no. Okay. The moment I noticed that on the sort of wing or the struts or whatever you want to call them, my brain went, no, that actually is really crap. It looks terrible. It's horrible. Horrible. Had potential, ruined it. Romulan. Suffers from a severe issue. Well, at least I don't hate it completely. I just don't all that much like it. Temporal. This one I'm hoping to be good. It's not. Because of the era of the ship and the fact that it's a temple ship, I was hoping for temple to look quite good on it. No. Not at all. Yes, you better. Terran Task Force Cavarian. Oh, that looks amazing. That blue grille looks vicious at the front. Yep. Yep, this is what we're talking about. This is a beauty. Give me some more of that. No. No chance in hell I'm putting dielectric on this ship. Jem'Hadar. Really old tier 5 hull. Like the bit of shine it's got. It heavily needs an update, doesn't it? It looks kind of nice. I need to get rid of having Jem'Hadar tier 6. Final one I'm going to put on this ship. Romulan Advanced Prototype. This is really old, but it's For me, it's aged really well. It's dangerously on that verge of too much. However, I do actually like it. Which makes a change, because normally when it gets that verge of too much, which is really much or close to, I go, nope, no chance. But I've got to say it. Nothing is beating this. Nothing is beating this look. This looks absolutely beautiful. This is the main look for me. And every other ship that comes across it shall be destroyed. Normally like this. Hello. Strike them down. Wipe them all out. Blast them to pieces. None shall pass. None shall pass. Kill them all. Thank you. Guys, tell me now, what do you think of this ship? Do you like her? Do you think she's a beauty? Are you as big of a fan as I am? Because I'm just saying, I am a massive fan of this ship's look. This ship beats every Jem'Hadar ship for me, and I normally put Jem'Hadars near the top. Thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully, I'll see you in the future. Can you please comment below if you wish to let me know what you think of the ship? Because I would love to hear some more feedback. More torpedoes incoming. Let's just blow everything up, apparently. And guys, a massive thank you to those credited on screen for the generosity and support they've shown this channel. Because without them, well, this video would not have been possible. With that all being said though, thank you. Till next time, ciao for now. Long live the Empire!